Assalamualaikum and good day. I am Rokia binti Akman from Faculty Civil Engineering and Resources, Universiti Malaysia Pahang. Welcome to UMP MOOC. Our course of today is high-rise building material. We're going to continue chapter 8 part 1, which after completing this module, you should be able to explain the definition, advantages and classifications of brick. Applications of brick for high-rise building can be classified into 3 parts, which is now we cover part 1, introduction to brick masonry, and part 2, consistent manufacturing and testing of bricks, and part 3, uses and performance of brick, we'll cover later. Under this topic, we're going to discuss about the definitions about masonry, type of masonry, advantages and disadvantages of masonry, and classifications of masonry. So what is masonry? Masonry is an assemblage of masonry units properly bonded with mortar. Where you can see in the figure, the arrow show the mortar joints, and the green words unit show the masonry units. And then masonry is used to build wall that serve to enclose or divide space and to support loads from other elements, which brick is one of the oldest materials of construction, which still in popular use until today. And then based on the location, masonry walls can be divided into 2 types. One, exterior type. Exterior type means exterior walls are those exposed to the exterior environment on at least one side. And number 2, interior type. Interior type means interior wall, as in a wall that divides 2 adjacent rooms, has both sides exposed to an interior environment. This is the examples of the masonry. We have glass block, which can build interior wall, and then we have stone block that we can build the interior wall also. And then based on statutory requirements, masonry also can be divided into 2 types. Number 1 is load bearing and non-load bearing. Load bearing means wall, also called as a structural walls, which designed to carry loads from another member. And then non-load bearing walls carry their own weight. Example, a partition wall that does not support floor or road load. So this is the constructions of masonry in various places. You can see that the masonry can build the decorative wall, can build the facing wall, can become the backup wall for exterior facing, and also can build foundation wall, and can build the structural support walls. And then based on the method of construction, masonry walls can be divided into 2 types. Okay, number 1, solid wall or hollow wall, and then frame wall. So what is masonry unit? So back to the history developments, masonry units can be classified as a stone or brick. And present time now we call we have the new one, we call it concrete masonry unit, which is CMU. Okay, what is stone? Stone, it is a irregular or rectangular natural stone used in building construction. And then brick is a standard size rectangular clay brick used in building construction. And then what is the concrete masonry unit? It is a standard size rectangular concrete block used in building construction. Okay, there is other masonry units. brick, tile, stone, glass block or concrete blocks are classified as masonry unit that conform to certain ASTM product standard. And hollow masonry unit is defined as having a net cross-section area in every plane parallel to the bearing surface less than 75% of the cross-sectional area in the same plane, as shown in the figure. And also solid masonry unit has a net cross-sectional area in every plane parallel to the bearing surface, 70% or more of the cross-sectional area in the same plane. And then what is mortar? Mortar is a workable paste used to bind masonry units. And mortar is made from a mixture of binder, water and sand. The most common binder since the early 20th century is Portland cement, but the ancient binder lime mortar is still used in some new construction. Lime and gypsum in the form of plaster of Paris are used particularly in the repair and repointing of building. So this is mortar. So the functions of mortar is provide for full bearing and seal between masonry units, and also mortar adhere or bonds masonry unit, and it become also as aesthetics. So what is masonry? Previous we have defined masonry is the constructions from bricks or stones. So it is the simplest building technique which stack pieces of material, which is brick, stone or concrete blocks over the top of one another to make wall with mud or mortar as a binding material in between them. So masonry can be classified into three. One is stone masonry, two is brick masonry, and three is concrete masonry. So what is stone masonry? So of course, stone masonry is the constructions of building using stone with mortar. So type of stones used in masonry, there are dense stones, which is come from granite and quartz. There are fire resistant stone, which is sandstones, and there is also soft stones for carving, which is limestone, marble and slate, which you can see from the photo shown. And then type of stone masonry patterns. The common type of stone masonry patterns can be classified into four, which is rubble. Rubble mean unsquared pieces. And number two, ashlar. Ashlar mean square pieces. And number three, coarse or random stone. And number four is orientation stone, which you can see from the photo shown. That is the rubble masonry. A wall is made up of stones of irregular size and shapes. The stones from the quarry are broken into small pieces and directly used in construction work. So you can see how the patterns of the stone has been constructed. Uncoarse rubble masonry, random rubble masonry, coarse rubble masonry, and dry rubble masonry. So this is ashlar masonry. Ashlar masonry stones are all dressed finely with chisels, which is no irregular stones are used, and it has been from square or rectangular. So you can see from the photo shown is ashlar fine, ashlar rough stool, ashlar chamfered, and ashlar facing. And then what is brick masonry? Brick masonry means a systematic arrangement. Laying of brick bonded together with mortar is called brick masonry. So there is three types of brick. Number one is solid brick. Solid brick means 100% solid. And then we have frog brick. Frog brick means frog do not exceed 20% of gross volume of brick. And then we have perforated bricks. Perforated do not exceed 25% of gross volume of brick. You can see the type of brick as shown in the photo. So there is a brick identification, which is the three faces of brick are known as header face, structure face, and bed What is stretcher face? Stretcher face means long sides of the brick face out. And then header face means short sides of the brick face out. And then back. Back is the top and bottom surface of brick. We call it backs. And then the brick dimension. Based on BS 3921, the standard dimensions for a brick are 250 mm times 102.5 mm times 65 mm, as shown in the photo. And then we should know about the brick terminology. So the photo show the top of the brick is the head joint, and the bottom of the brick is the back joint. And also you can see the layer of the brick. Now we move to type of bond in brick masonry. A bond is the pattern of layering brick or arrangements of brickwork. Bond is brickwork is provided to achieve a unit mass and stresses to which it is subjected. So the common type of bond used in brick masonry there are four. Number one, stretcher bond. Number two, header bond. Number three, English bond. And number four is Flemish bond. Now we can see the detail. What is the stretcher bond? A stretcher is the longer face of the brick as seen in the elevation. And stretcher bond masonry, all the bricks are arranged in stretcher course. However, care should be taken to brick vertical joint. So this types of construction is useful for the constructions of brick thick partition wall as shown in the figure. And then what is the header bond? So a header is the shorter face of the brick as seen in the elevation. In header bond, brick masonry, all the bricks are arranged in the header course as shown in figure. So this type of bond is useful for the constructions of one brick thick walls. And then English bond. So it is the alternate courses consists of header and stretcher. So this is considered to be the strongest bond. Hence it is commonly used bond for the wall of all thickness. So to break continuity of vertical joints, a brick is cut lengthwise into two halves and used in the beginning and end of a wall after first header, which you can see that the alternate in between header and stretcher. And the last one is Flemish bond. So Flemish bond, this type of bond is course comprised of alternate header and stretcher. Alternate course start with stretcher and header. To break the vertical joints, screen closure are required. If a course starts with header, every header is centrally supported on the stretcher below. So as shown in the figure, Flemish bond may be further classified as double Flemish bond and single Flemish bond. So what is the advantage of brick masonry? So there are several advantages, which number one is economical. So why is economical? Because the raw material available easily and cheaper as compared to stone masonry. Number two, good strength. Okay, good strength for ordinary construction. Brickwork is very strong as bonding strength is very good. And then number three is durable. In brickwork, the mortar joints are thin and hence the structure becomes more durable. And then number four is fire resistant, which is good quality of brick possess good fire resistance. And then number five, can design flexibility. Due to the regular size of bricks, they are easy to handle. And number six, very low maintenance, means that no complicated lifting device are necessary in brickwork. And the last one is required less skill labor for installation, for layering of brick. And then there is extra advantages of brick masonry, such as brick will not burn, buckle or melt, brick will not rot and allow termites to invade, brick will not rust and corrode, brick will not dent, brick will not fade from sun's UV or ultraviolet rays, brick will not damage by high winds, rains or hail, brick will not require constant maintenance, brick will not devalue, brick will not limit your personal expressions, and brick will not limit your design options. And of course, there is a disadvantage of brickmanship. So what is the disadvantage of brickmanship? Number one, low tensile strength because of no steel reinforcement as compared to concrete masonry. Number two, absorb water making mortar mix dehydrated. Number three, changes color when exposed to sun for long. And number four, further require plastering and painting. Number five, can cause degradation in extreme weathers. Number six, require constant care and maintenance. Now we can classify brick into three. Number one is common or building brick. Number two, facing brick, and number three is engineering brick. So of course, based on the name, we can define what is the common or building brick. So it is an ordinary brick which are not designed to provide good finishes, appearance or high strength, which is suitable for general construction work. It has low quality and low compressive strength, but useful for internal wall, which will not be seen. So it has no uniform color, texture or appearance as shown in figure. And then what is facing brick? So facing brick designed to give attractive appearance, especially for facing purposes, and often apply on top of common brick. It has high quality and uniform appearance and available in all size and color. They are free from imperfection such as crack. Facing brick are used primarily in the construction of external wall in domestic and commercial application, and it is generally used externally in area of thin brickwork. And then they are chosen for their aesthetic appeal and technical characteristics, including their speed of use in construction, and they must also meet minimum standards for weather resistant. And then what is engineering brick? Engineering bricks are high in compressive strength and low water absorption. So fire clay brick has been designed primarily for strength and durability to resist compressive stress and water absorption. It has particularly suited to use below ground level in area with exposure to water. For example, in the construction of retaining walls, sewerage works, manhole, foundation or for groundworks. So the majority of engineering brick solid are smooth red class B bricks, which are also among the cheapest brick sold. And then class A brick, engineering brick have lower water absorption than class B engineering bricks and more expensive to buy. So this is the floor brick. So floor brick is a smooth, dense and highly resistant to abrasion used on finished floor surfaces. And then the last one is paving brick. It is a low abrasion vitric brick, generally finished with spacing lungs and produced in smooth or wire cut surface finish, used for roads, side walls, patio, driveway and interior floor. Appearance of finished floor depends on the color, size, texture and bond pattern of brick. So how we can classify the brick? Common brick. So we can easily simplify it as useful but plain. And then engineering brick. So we can classify strong and dense, and fire clay brick. And then facing brick, we can classify it as a beautiful and attractive. Okay, now we move to another type of masonry. We call it concrete masonry unit. So what is concrete masonry unit? It is a construction system using of a standard size of concrete rectangular block with steel reinforcement is embedded in the mortar joint as shown in the figure. So concrete masonry unit also called cinder blocks, hollow blocks and concrete block, which is solid or hollow and made from concrete. There are two types of concrete masonry unit, which is concrete building bricks and load bearing concrete masonry units. So this concrete masonry unit manufactured in three weight, which can classify into normal weight, which is 2000 kg per meter cube when dry. And then we have medium weight unit, which is 1680 to 2000 kg per meter cube when dry. And last one is lightweight unit, which is density is 1360 to 1600 kg per meter cube when dry. And then the dimensions for the concrete block as shown in the photo is the 440 mm times 100 mm times 250 mm. So concrete masonry units or concrete block come in a variety of size, and the short name is CMUs are identified by their depth, the thickness of the wall they created as shown in the figure. So to compare the bricks and the CMU, a standard size of concrete block has the equivalent surface area of 6 bricks as shown in the photo. So the etymology for the concrete masonry unit, we have the top one is bed, and we also have the face for the longest length, and we have the header for the short length. So this is the bonding arrangements of the CMU as shown in the figure. And then what is the advantage of the CMU, concrete masonry unit? So of course it's versatile, durable and strong, completely fire resistant, excellent soil insulation, ideal background for dry, lining, wet finishes and fixing, and inherent thermal mass act as a heat store, can recyclable, proven and familiar building method, no risk, widely and readily available, but it's cost effective. So we also can classify the concrete masonry units into solid block which contain no form voids, and then we can classify also into hollow block which contain one or more form void which fully penetrate the block as shown in the next figure. Cellular block which contain one or more form void which do not fully penetrate the block. And then we have special block which are designed and manufactured for a specific purpose and which have a shape and size will vary from standard as shown in the figure. Okay, next, summary of today. Students should be able to explain the definitions about masonry, shape, size, type of brick and block, and explain type of masonry. What is the masonry unit? We have stone, brick and block, and the advantage and disadvantage of masonry. And the last one, students should be able to classify the masonry unit. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next lecture. Bye.